It's the end of the world.
Please, not again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Was It Good? My name is Bob, and tonight I finished the last couple of episodes of Fallout. This is the brand new show over on Amazon Prime that's based on the video game of the same name. Now, Hollywood has been telling end of the world stories for years, whether it be robots from the future, aliens that invade us, or even a fungus that turns everybody into zombies. So I was curious to see what this particular show had to offer as far as that end of the world scenario. Now, I have not played the video games. I'm not too familiar with them other than name and basic premise. So I couldn't tell you whether it's a good adaptation or not. So I am going to be reviewing this show as an outsider and reviewing it strictly as a show. Now, I am going to try to keep spoilers at a bare minimum, but there might be some minor spoilers, so just be aware of that. If you have seen the show, I'd like to know what you thought about it. Why don't you go ahead and leave your comment in the comment section below and tell me what you thought. If you disagree with me, that's fine. All I ask is that when you leave a comment, let's not be disagreeable. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get to the review. I found the plot to be very interesting, even though I thought it was kind of weird to start out. Now, as the show went on, I did find myself getting drawn in deeper to it. The show opens in an alternate version of the United States where, after World War II, nuclear technology led to the development of a retrofuturistic society and a resulting resource war. Ultimately, much of society and humanity were wiped out due to a nuclear conflict between the United States and China. Many who survived did so by taking refuge in underground fallout shelters known as vaults. Approximately 200 years after the war, we are introduced to a vault dweller named Lucy. When her vault is attacked and her father kidnapped by surface dwellers, Lucy attempts a rescue that leads her to the wasteland of what was once Los Angeles. On the surface, she encounters great dangers, a squire from the Brotherhood of Steel, and a ghoul bounty hunter with a mysterious past and a score to settle. Like I said, I found the plot to be very interesting. Just some of the things that I liked about it. First off, there was this mystery surrounding the vaults and the corporation that developed them, and I really liked how that mystery played out throughout the season. I also like the story arcs for two of our leads, specifically Lucy and the Ghoul. I like how you saw them change throughout the season, and I liked what I saw with them. I also like this subplot that occurred with those left behind in the vault after Lucy left and how they find out specific things. And I just like the way that that played out. I also like the glimpses into the past because it's not just done through typical flashbacks. You actually see them through one character's eyes. And I liked how that was done in the show. And I also thought that there was some great world building done in the season. Now, there were a couple of negatives. First thing is, I thought there needed to be a couple more episodes because there were a couple things that I didn't quite understand. First off, I didn't quite understand the role of the Brotherhood of Steel and how, or what specifically what their purpose was and how they came to be. I would have liked to have seen that fleshed out a little bit more. Also, I didn't quite understand the ghouls completely, like why they live so long. So I would have liked that explained a little bit more. But overall, I thought this was a great plot and I liked what I saw. I thought the acting was very well done throughout the show, especially with our three leads. Aaron Motten, I thought he did a good job as Maximus. Now, I thought he was the weaker of the three leads, but that's not because he did a bad job. It's just because the other two absolutely shined. But I did think he was a well developed character, and I liked what he did with the role. Now, Walton Goggins, he was amazing in this show. He had to play the same character at two different points in his life, but with a lot of history in between. And because of that, they're two very different characters. And I thought he absolutely nailed it. He did a great job. And Ella Purnell as Lucy, I loved what she did with this role. She was naive at first and she grew throughout the show. I loved what they did with her arc. She was very likable. And I love the fact that you see her trying to hold on to who she is at her core, despite everything that's going on around her and the world that she's thrust into. She did a great job with this role. Overall, like I said, the acting was very good throughout. Everybody did a great job, and I enjoyed all of the performances. Overall, I liked the look of this series. I thought that it was cool seeing multiple locations and points in history. I liked that retro futuristic look that we saw early in the series, as well as throughout the flashbacks. I thought that that was well designed. The vaults themselves I thought were believable in this particular setting, and throughout the barren wasteland and all on the surface, I thought that that looked pretty cool. I thought that the action sequences were good, and the CGI for the most part I liked. So overall, I thought it was a good look of the series. I thought the soundtrack was one of the best aspects of the show. I thought it did a lot to add to the setting and tone of the season. Now, the original score had pieces that were inspired from the game, from my understanding, and then adding songs from the likes of Marty Robbins and Johnny Cash and Nat King Cole, I thought that that really helped immerse me into the world, and I really enjoyed this soundtrack. Like I said, it was easily one of the best aspects of the show. I was very entertained by this season, and as the season went on, that entertainment level just grew. Now, when the first episode hit, I wasn't quite sure what I was going to think about it, but as the show went on, I found myself getting more drawn into the world and found myself more invested in the characters. Now, was it good? Yeah, I thought this was a pretty good show. I found myself hungry for more once it was done, and I do hope it gets another season because I would like to see where these characters go. Now, if you're still with me this long, I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next review.